2020 was a difficult year for everybody. Fortunately, I found something that I was grateful for, and I've decided that I wanted to share it. In 14 months, I lost 3 close family members, and I felt submerged in grief and that I wanted to do something about it. That's why I've decided to share this. I'm not somebody who would usually, put something online too personal or even want to talk about it too much. But the reason for doing so is if it could help one person, then it's worth it. And I feel like this could be beneficial to myself as well, sharing that, helping people and expressing, and let's see how that goes. So yeah, I've lost 3 close family members, and during the first lockdown was the most recent close family member to pass away. It was one of my heroes, my mentor, and my uncle. He passed away, and I think what really motivated me to actually do something and not just sit in that grief, which I don't think there's anything wrong in if I was to anyway, but was to be there for my family, to be honest. And I just knew I had to do something. I'd already been looking into the Wim Hof Method, so it wasn't something completely new to me. I knew what it was about. I tried a little bit, but not properly before, and then I just dived into it. Let's talk about the Iceman. Wim Hof is known for breaking impossible records and being able to withstand freezing temperatures. Wim has achieved amazing feats. This includes being able to sit in ice for 1 hour and 42 minutes, running Mount Everest in nothing but his shorts, swimming under ice, and running a marathon in a desert without drinking water. Over time, Wim has stunned scientists. One of his most notable achievements for me was proving that he can control his autonomous system, and he even fought off a dead strain of E. coli. This was groundbreaking. Biggest thing with this is not that he proved to be superhuman, but he actually said he could do this with anybody. With his teachings and his method, be able to teach these capabilities. He came back with a control group and did exactly that. So I want to share what that did for me and the benefits. I'm not going to be talking a lot about the science because I don't feel well versed in that to do so, and there's plenty of places to look for that. In fact, I spoke to breathing practitioner Brian Morrison, and I've got the first podcast. I hope to do a podcast with him soon again, but if you look in the description you can find the audio to that podcast, and I'll leave some of the links below. Now, when I discovered Brian Morrison, the breathing project, there's a lot of synchronicity involved because just when I really needed it, and I'd already been looking a little bit, the lockdown came in and he decided to do online classes. I took to them straight away, and I wasn't that optimistic about the results that I could get from it, especially it seems it was online.
Undistorted discussions.
I was completely shocked, and I was hooked from the moment I had that feeling of relief and feeling that emotion come out, emotion that was maybe stored in my body, and I just felt the release and became a lot more present and aware of my body, tapping into my nervous system, something that Wim Hof's always talking about. Felt present, and that year really urged me to go out a little bit more and discover a lot in the UK. I was out breathing, out in nature. One of the most amazing things with the cold exposure that I found was having to control that breath, but then realising the control you have over your whole body and your mindset. I thought that was an amazing analogy for what this does. It suddenly gives you that power back. Why do I think that this breathing helped me? It gave me focus, gave me something, it gave me a lot of motivation, especially the cold exposure aspect of it. The breathing, it released some of the emotions that usually I probably store, and it made me realise actually that I probably wouldn't think there's an issue there. Obviously I knew and I still know that I'm in pain, but what I would have done is held a lot of these emotions close to me and probably not dealt with them for years, and that's what this did. It made me present and actually aware of what's going on with my mind and my body. As I mentioned earlier, it also made me want to go out in nature and experience what's out there and be grateful for what we've got now. It's those small moments that you miss, and you could easily overshadow with things or get anxious about the future or the past, but instead I was just living for now. Thank you for watching. There'll be plenty more on my journey with the Wim Hof Method coming up, as I want to share more of this journey and the process. But again, it was a very difficult one for me to put out there, so I appreciate you watching.